We don't stop playing because we grow old because we stop playing. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Liberty means responsibility. That is why most men dread it. Better keep yourself clean and bright. You are the window through which you must see the world. A happy family is but an earlier heaven. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. People who say it cannot be done should not interrupt those who are doing it. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. You see things and you say why, but I dream things that never were and I say why not. If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. Two 2% of the people think. 3% of the people think they think. And 95% of the people would rather die than think. There are two tragedies in life. One is to lose your heart's desire, the other is to gain it. The things most people want to know about are usually none of their business. Never wrestle with pigs. You both get dirty and the pig likes it. You use a glass mirror to see your face. You use works of art to see your soul. All great truths begin as blasphemies. Men are wise in proportion, not to their experience, but to their capacity for experience. A cigarette is a pinch of tobacco rolled in paper with fire at one end and a fool at the other. Life is not meant to be easy, my child, but take courage, it can be delightful. Yesterday is the past, tomorrow is the future, today is a gift. Life does not cease to be funny when people die any more than it ceases to be serious when people laugh. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Take care to get what you like, or you will be forced to like what you get. I know of only one duty, and that is to love. Perhaps the greatest social service that can be rendered by anybody to the country and to mankind is to bring up a family. The liar's punishment is not in the least that he is not believed, but that he cannot believe anyone else. My way of joking is to tell the truth. It's the funniest joke in the world. There is no love sincerer than the love of food. Animals are my friends, and I don't eat my friends. Old men are dangerous. It doesn't matter to them what is going to happen to the world. Beware of false knowledge. It is more dangerous than ignorance. The whole problem with the world is the fools and fanatics are always so sure of themselves, and wiser people are full of doubts. The only time my education was interrupted was when I was in school. Why should we take advice on sex from the Pope? If he knows anything about it, he shouldn't. Youth is such a wonderful thing. What a crime to waste it on children. Youth, which has forgiven everything, forgives itself nothing. Age, which forgives itself everything, is forgiven nothing. Even the youngest of us may be wrong sometimes. If you cannot get rid of the family skeleton, you may as well make it dance. Silence is the most perfect expression of scorn. Everything happens to everybody, sooner or later if there is time enough. Hatred is the coward's revenge for being intimidated. Both optimists and pessimists contribute to society. The optimist invents the airplane, the pessimist the parachute. After all, the wrong road always leads somewhere. Life is a first draft, with no rewrite. Imagination is the beginning of creation. No man who is occupied in doing a very difficult thing and doing it very well ever loses his self-respect. The harder I work, the more I live. We have no more right to consume happiness without producing it than to consume wealth without producing it. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. Unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. A socialist is somebody who doesn't have anything and is ready to divide it up equally among everybody. You can easily find people who are 10 times as rich at 60 they were at 20, but not one of them will tell you that they are 10 times as happy. There is nothing that can be changed more completely than human nature when the job is taken in hand early enough. A government that robs Peter to pay Paul can always depend on the support of Paul. The more things a man is ashamed of, the more respectable he is. A pessimist is a man who thinks everybody is as nasty as himself and hates them for it. If you are going to let the fear of poverty govern your life, your reward will be that you will eat, but you will not live. He who can, does. He who cannot, teaches. Without art, the crudeness of reality would make the world unbearable. He knows nothing and thinks he knows everything. That points clearly to a political career. Nothing is worth doing unless the consequences may be serious. The play was a great success, but audience was a dismal failure.